Today, Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealership serving the Cayman Islands. And Cayman Pharmacy Group, with locations in West Base and professional pharmacy at CTMH Doctors Hospital. The Cayman Pharmacy Group has a location for you just around the corner. And Seaboard Marine. With over 35 shipping ports, find your shipping solution by calling Seaboard Marine at 949-4977.
Coming to you live from Radio Cayman Studio.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you. For the record. Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is your talk show.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome to For the Record. Our apologies there for that delay. We had some technical issues which we believe we have now resolved, so our apologies for coming to you a little late. I want to thank you, our listening and viewing audience, for allowing Radio Cayman and by extension For the Record into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, whether it be an office cubicle or if you're working in the outdoors. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. Our phone lines are always open. There is always someone there waiting to take your calls. Again, this morning, it is that beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson. You can call us on our toll-free number provided courtesy of Flo. That toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037 and 949-6990. You can email us at For the Record. That is one word, For the Record, at candw.ky. WhatsApp us on 925-3261. There you can leave us a text message or a voice note, the contents of which will be played during the course of the show. And of course, you can follow us live simply by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream as well. Again, our apologies for the delay in the start, but we're now raring to go. And for some of you who this will be good news, we have no guests in the studio this morning, so we're going to have open mic again today, similar to what we had on Wednesday morning. As you know, the Legislative Assembly is in session. Members work late into the night, and some have other commitments. And as a result of that, we have had to make some changes to the scheduling. But not to worry, I'll try to talk as much as I can, and I will also give you the opportunity to talk as much and as long as you can, as long as there are no other persons queued up, listening, waiting to talk as well, or if we don't have to go to a commercial break as well. First of all, I'd like to say, take this opportunity just for a personal note to my sister, Mrs. Judith McField. Today is her birthday. I want to wish her a happy birthday. For those of you who don't know her as Judith McField, her nickname, Taki. You know, we in the Caribbean and southern states and all those other places, they assign nicknames to children, or their siblings will assign nicknames to them when they're young. So her nickname was Taki, but her real name is Judith McField. Want to wish her a happy birthday. Also want to wish her a speedy recovery from her knee replacement surgery, but also to say to her and continue to encourage her, follow the directions of the therapist. Make sure that you try to walk as much as possible. Don't sit in that chair watching the TV all day. I'm giving out her secrets now. She's going to kill me for this. But also, we again have lost a prominent member of the music fraternity, Mr. Jonathan Ebanks, and I got a call this morning from Miss Phyllis Moxham, and she wanted to personally express her condolences to the family of Mr. Jonathan Ebanks, from her family as well. And I had the opportunity to speak to someone yesterday, and I've been communicating with members of the Swanker Band, in particular Miss Paula Scott, Brown Sugar, and they were all so fond of Jonathan. And the person that I was talking to yesterday remarked that they had been speaking to an international musician who spoke about Jonathan's genius as it relates to the guitar, and how he was so adept at it. And that person said to the individual, "I wonder if the people of the Cayman Islands realize the kind of talent, the genius that they have there in the person of Mr. Jonathan Ebanks." So again, our condolences go out to his family, as well as to the music fraternity also. I want to talk about a few things this morning. I'm going to start by saying we keep hearing talk about fake news and the media and whatnot, and there's sometimes when I believe that things can be done, things can be printed in a fashion that is not trying to be headline grabbing. I use an example. The Cayman News Service, yesterday, the 15th of November, one article headline, "Bulk Waste Collection Delays Blamed on Residents." I will read it again. Bulk waste collection delays blamed on residents. And then I will read to you press release issued by the Department of Environmental Health yesterday as well. And that press release reads, "To ensure timely and efficient collection, the Department of Environmental Health reminds residents to place bulk waste, that is, old furniture, tires, and metal items, on the curbside before their district's scheduled collection date." Goes on to say that during the recently concluded first phase of the 2018 bulk waste collection activity, DEH collectors made repeated trips to retrieve bulk waste from previously collected areas. As a result, there was a slight delay in the completion of bulk waste collection from North Side and East End. And then it goes on to talk about how much the tonnage that was collected so far, and it speaks of the fact that the second phase of bulk waste collection activity began in Bordentown on the Saturday, the 10th of November, and will end on the 23rd of November. They also point out that the bulk waste activity will commence in Georgetown on Saturday, the 24th of November. And it also reminds people, if they want to receive the complete bulk waste removal schedule, or for more information on bulk waste collection activities, call the DEH at 949-6696. Send an email to DEH customer service at gov.ky, or visit the DEH website at deh.gov.ky. So, yes, the press release points out the fact that there were delays as a result of having to make repeated visits to the eastern districts because bulk waste was put out after some had been collected already, and they're reminding people to get it out there early. And, of course, the Cayman News Service article just simply states, "Bulk waste collection delayed, blamed on residents." Now, if the residents of East End and North Side were to take that personally, based on this headline, what it does, it creates unnecessary conflict between a department and the residents of a district. That article in Cayman News Service could have easily read, "Bulk waste collection delays attributed to additional bulk material being placed on the roadside, as opposed to saying that the delays are blamed on residents. It just creates an adversarial atmosphere that is simply not needed in this day and age. So sometimes when the press get hit over the head for some of the things that they say or that they print, sometimes it's deserving simply because of a wrong choice of words that they use. Two callers. Let's go to the phone lines. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hi, good morning, Nosy.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. When you first started this morning, you said that, that Parliament ran late, and I guess that would attribute to your guest not being in studio.
Yeah, that was part of it.
Right,
Plus, they had a commitment this morning.
Sure. And we all understand commitments. But see, one thing that is really, really, really bothers me, and I don't know if the rest of the people in the island taking in note of what is happening here. But it seems like every time that Parliament meets, it is this cramped agenda, and it's like rushing everything through, and it's really, really not right to the true democracy of the country when your Parliament. What is happening that Parliament cannot meet for 2 weeks if need be, to properly debate issues that is coming before the Parliament? It is really, really sad. I remember the now Premier complaining bitterly when the UDP was in power because of their lack of scheduling and thereof for Parliament. And now, for the last term and into this term, we're seeing the same thing happening over and over and over. And it is not right to we, the people of this country, who is being affected by everything that's going to Parliament affects us. It's not affecting Jamaica, New York, or anywhere else. It's affecting Cayman. And when these matters are not probably debated because of lack of time, you can just see it. I watched it on TV, where it is just a real issue where these members don't have the time to debate the thing that is coming before the Parliament that is affecting us in these islands. And I mean, but we the people bigger fools than anything else because we keep electing the same one over and over and over, right? I don't understand. I mean, this it really, really sad, and we need to really take a step and look at this thing and make those people who we elect accountable.
Yeah. Caller, I tend to agree with you. They're paid handsomely for what they're expected to do. And I agree with you that there's no reason why everything has to be compressed into such a time frame. Yes, I understand that there are issues when it comes to legislative drafting. You have to wait for bills that are being proposed to be prepared by legislative drafting, go to cabinet. But when all of that is said and done, there should be a better scheduling, and there's no reason why we can't predetermine what dates the Legislative Assembly is going to meet. I'm going to do some research on other jurisdictions to see if they have fixed dates. I know, for instance, in Bermuda, they may go all night, but they decide within a specific time frame how long their House of Assembly is going to meet.
Yes. I mean, the thing about it is, I've heard the now leader of the opposition complaining bitterly that they had stuff that was supposed to go before Parliament and it just could not get onto the agenda because of the lack of timing.
Yep.
So that is a threat to the democracy of this country. And I don't know whether people is watching it or not, but I think it's time that all of us watch it.
Good point, caller. I want to thank you very much for that. We're going to have to take a commercial break now because of the delays that we had. We still have one or two callers online, but we're going to accommodate that caller before we go to our headline news at 8 o'clock. Caller, please hang in there. Quick commercial break and we will return to you.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
It is fair to say that the storm of 1932 caught the Cayman Islands off guard. Long assumed that the hurricane season finished in October, yet Grand Cayman was not hit until November 7, 1932, by the storm which would ravage the islands. Furthering the confusion was that the storm had previously passed well south of the islands before changing course and reversing to the northeast. As Captain Keith Tibbets told afterwards, none of the old sea captains would agree that it was coming here because it never had been known for a hurricane to travel on a course of east to north. After striking Grand Cayman with significant damage, including the sinking of the Balboa off of Georgetown, the storm passed directly over the sister islands, causing total havoc and catastrophic losses. Radio Cayman's Historical Facts Vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all 3 Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
I need a bank that is convenient for me.
What do you mean?
I need a bank that has easy-to-find locations and plenty ATMs when I need cash on the go.
Oh, well, that's easy. You need to bank with Cayman National. They have 7 customer service centers and 23 ATM locations. The newest one is at the East End Post Office, and I hear there's more to come.
Well, sounds like I need to bank with Cayman National Bank, the convenient bank, because they seem to be everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Cayman National is everywhere. Surely they are Cayman's convenient bank.
Cayman National Bank. We're here for you.
CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy, formerly known as Professional Pharmacy, would like to thank the Cayman communities for their loyal support these past 18 years. Our staff work towards healthcare excellence and providing the most current and up-to-date training with pharmaceutical care. Thorough background checks and follow-up consultations is only the beginning. Your safety is our concern. Our staff are respected healthcare professionals whose job requires careful and precise calculations. Thank you for being a part of our family and for choosing CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy, where we prepare to provide exceptional care. At CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy, we care about your health.
A trip to New York City is the experience of a lifetime. Starting this December, Cayman Airways will be offering daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman to New York City. That's right, Cayman Airways is going daily to New York City starting this December. Stroll through Central Park or take in the bright lights of Times Square, enjoy a Broadway show or visit museums, the Empire State Building, and so much more. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, you'll fall in love with New York City. And daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman aboard Cayman Airways starting this December. For details and to book, call Cayman Airways reservations at 949-2311. Contact a travel agent or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Sometimes things just don't go as planned. That's why you need Contractors All-Risk Insurance from Fidelity Insurance Brokers. Ensure you're covered in the event of property damage and third-party injury or damage claims during your construction projects. And with Fidelity Insurance Brokers, you can be sure you are getting competitive pricing and superior customer service. Call us today for a free quote. Fidelity, we're good for you.
You remember the sale at Vamped Motors?
Yeah, the Your Sale, Your Choice, the one where you can get cash back or can put the savings to extend the warranty or upgrade features?
Yes, it's still going on, but now you can get $8,000 off a new Ford Ranger truck. $8,000, you know?
You for real?
Come see for yourself. While they still have so much to choose from, save big during Your Sale, Your Choice at Vamped Motors. With almost every vehicle on sale, you decide whether to get your dream ride at its lowest price. Take cash back, add years to the warranty or service plan. Choose an add-on or mix your options. Your sale, your choice, because you know what you need, and Vamped Motors will help you drive it home. Vamped Motors on Walker's Road.
You are invited to enjoy a customer appreciation and seasonal celebration with Vigoro Nursery on Agricola Drive. Join Vigoro this Sunday, November 18th from noon to 3:30 p.m. for live music by the St. Ignatius School Band and more. As Vigoro would like to say thank you, save 10% on early bird Christmas shopping with Vigoro's vast selection of home accessories, truly stunning ceramics, art, and occasional furniture. Bring the kids to enjoy the playground. It's going to be a fantastic time with Vigoro on Agricola Drive. We'll see you Sunday at noon.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record with your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Going straight to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Thanks for being so patient.
Good morning, Ozzy.
Good morning. How are you?
Not too bad. Been a while since I've called in, but I caught the tail end of the garbage thing this morning here, and wanted to at least put forward a couple of comments.
Sure.
Food for thought. And that was over the Pirates weekend, long weekend, the Pirates festivities. Some friends came down from the U.S. to visit and asked me to take them on a little bit of an island tour because it was a friend brought down another friend, and they'd only been here on a cruise ship, so took them to see the eastern side of the district. And what was really embarrassing to me was the level of garbage that was just stacked up on the side of the road at various areas throughout the districts going all the way east. And it just occurred to me that, number one, it's obviously doesn't look right. If I'm not mistaken, I think I understood you saying that people preempted the whole collection thing and started putting them out before they were ready to collect. If not, it's irrelevant anyway. Point being is that what's occurred to me again is that everybody has this NIMBY syndrome. But if there's ever any proof that we need sorting stations in every single district, it's this. And to me, there can no longer be any arguments that or anything that no, it has to be in central Georgetown. And I'm not talking about your traditional dump. That is antiquated way of doing things, and it's a very archaic way of doing it. Collection and drop-off points literally can be organized and can be within inside an industrial building. Say, for example, the same size as like what Cox Lumber has there in Bodden Town.
Right.
You get buildings like that. They sort them out. We have to. There's no reason. I'm so tired of seeing the garbage bags and garbage bags of aluminum cans and glass bottles all sorted out separately. But at the end of the day, they're ending up in the same central location. It's just terrible. So some food for thought. There were the people that always say, "Oh no, we won't have the dump in one place and one place only." That's just rubbish, and that's selfish and self-serving. Just in my opinion, and I think that the government really needs to crank down on that and develop some testicle of fortitude, politically speaking, and just say, look, this is what has to happen. It just amazes me on that one. And you had another caller who was commenting on the
Legislative Assembly.
Yeah, I totally agree with him 100%. But the one thing that I find interesting too is that a lot of people that make that same noise are the same ones who were quite happy when the politicians they were supporting were doing it. I think it is a situation, to the gentleman's point, is that we need to hold everybody accountable all the time and not just when, everything changes around. Both parties are equally responsible for that garbage. And you're talking about our children or our future. And what they don't seem to realize is when they're showing what they're doing is showing the young how to cheat the system or to be vindictive instead of saying, let's show them how to take the higher road.
Yep.
And there's no skin off anybody's nose by taking the higher road. It's actually immature to be spiking one for the other. And that's the thing that forget about all the laws and all that, how that negatively impacts us and the other representatives being able to properly debate the issue. Just move that aside and just think about the lesson it's showing our youth. That you need to be spiteful, you need to be vindictive, and that you always go low you go lower when somebody goes low on you. That's just not right. So hopefully it can appeal to their moral senses and they can get their proverbial, finger out their box and get moving.
Thank you very much, caller, for that. Thank you very much. We have to go to our 8 o'clock news now, folks. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news. No guests in the studio. Open mic for everyone to express their views.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now by Price Right is 8 o'clock.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore. Access information. Your community. News and information. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. Government approves the KPMG outline business case for the new John Gray High School and repurposing of the existing George Hicks site. According to a press release, the projects have now entered the procurement and design development stage, so consultants and contractors are being invited to prepare proposals for the development of the preferred school design. Several requests for proposals are already live on the public procurement portal, with others to come. The OBC will be available for public download starting Monday, November 19th at education.gov.ky. The legislature turns its attention to private members' motions on Thursday.
The book of Proverbs teaches us, do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do it.
Boddentown West MLA Chris Saunders asked government to establish a steering committee to look into a performance-based compensation scheme for civil servants, citing the need to ensure the country's knowledge-based capital continues to have the incentive to support the highly lucrative financial services, banking, and tourism industries.
Does anyone believe our financial service would be where it is today without having the proper public service infrastructure? Does anyone think our tourism industry would be where it is today without having the proper team in place to bring visitors here?
Deputy Governor the Honorable Franz Manderson gave his support for the motion, noting the civil service has been engaged in training and development with an emphasis on leadership and accountability.
If we take care of civil servants, we show them that we care, that we value them, but also that we will reward great performance, that they will also in turn raise their performance.
Mr. Manderson told lawmakers they recognize that a performance-based system must drive the right behaviors, emphasize government outcomes, maintain the confidence of staff and the public, and be financially sustainable while delivering value for money. The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service wants residents to be aware of the latest phishing scam which seeks to gain access to your banking details. Radio Cayman's Andrew Harris reports.
In a statement, the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service's Financial Crimes Unit says it has been made aware of a phishing email that has been sent out to online banking customers of a local bank in an attempt to obtain their login information. According to police, the email, which has the subject line Account Debit Notification, begins by informing customers that account charges have been performed to their account and states that they must click on the link and log on to view the amount that has been debited from their account that day. The email is signed by the Customer Service Center team, and the signature is followed by a series of disclaimers. The FCU is reminding the public to be very cautious about emails which ask for login information to be entered and to avoid clicking links within such emails. Instead, in order to check your account, it is best to manually enter your bank's address in your browser and log in directly. Andrell Harris, Radio Cayman News.
If you get any emails you suspect may be a phishing attempt or a scam, don't click any of the links. Instead, contact the RCIPS Financial Crimes Unit at rcips.fcu@gov.ky. And the Department of Environmental Health's annual bulk waste pickup is on, and they're issuing a few reminders to the public. Radio Cayman's April Cummings reports.
To ensure timely and efficient collections, the Department of Environmental Health is reminding residents to place bulk waste, things like old furniture, tires, and metal items, on the curbside before their district's scheduled collection date. DEH officials say during the recently concluded first phase of the 2018 bulk waste collection activity, collectors had to make repeated trips to retrieve bulk items from from previously collected areas. As a result, that caused a delay in the completion of bulk waste collection from Northside and East End. DEH says a total of 43 loads of bulk waste weighing 154.3 tons in all was collected from those areas. The second phase of bulk waste collection began in Bodentown on November 10th and ends on Friday, November 23rd. Then DEH will shift its focus to Georgetown starting on Saturday, November 24th. To get the complete bulk waste removal schedule or just more information, call DEH. The number is 949-6696, or you can send an email to dehcustomerservice@gov.ky or visit the DEH website at deh.gov.ky. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
That's your latest news. I'm Karsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Access. Information. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman. Rising Stars Dance Ministry is proud to present the annual Dance for Christ. Saturday, November 17th at the Church of God Chapel Family Life Center. Featuring UCCI dance group Christ Cathedral Mass Choir, JJZ Dancers, Brother Delano, DJ Zamar, Skippy Dexterous Brothers, LeBron McLean, Brother Alaska, Center Point Dancers, and Famous Cousins with MC Brother Ricardo and Cheryl T.
Tickets are only $10 pre-sold, $15 at the gate, and children under 12 are only $5.
Dance for Christ is proudly sponsored by Burger King, Domino's, Wendy's, Link International, MLA, Kenneth Bryan, Funky Tanks, and Radio Cayman. This November 17th. Don't miss out on Dance for Christ. Brought to you by the Rising Stars Dance Ministry.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating?
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger Sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory-breaded, frozen and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Radio Cayman's premier health show,
For the Health of It, with Tara Bush,
is brought to you on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on 89.9 and 93.9 FM. Proudly brought to you by the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association. For more information on how you can become a member or the benefits of the CICSA, please visit www.cicsa.ky. For your convenience, the CICSA offices are open on Mondays from 9 to 12 p.m. and Thursdays from 1 to 4 p.m.
For the Health of It, with Tara Bush.
In financial news, world markets were mixed today as trade tensions and political risks surrounding Britain's exit from the European Union weighed on sentiment. Keeping score, France's CAC 40 lost 0.6% in early trading to 5,063, while Germany's DAX was up 0.5% at 11,413. Britain's FTSE 100 gained 0.3% to 7,058. Wall Street was set for a pessimistic open. Dow futures dropped 0.3% at 25,242. S&P 500 futures were 0.4% lower at 2,724. Looking at Asia's day, Japan's Nikkei 225 index lost 0.6% at 21,680, while the Hang Seng in Hong Kong added 0.3% to 26,183. South Korea's Kospi rose 0.2% to 2,092. The Shanghai Composite Index edged 0.4% higher to 2,679. In energy, benchmark U.S. crude oil rose 66 cents to $57.12 per barrel in electronic trading on the New York Mercantile Exchange. It added 0.4% to settle at $56.46 a barrel on Thursday. Brent crude used to price international oils gained 94 cents to $67.56 per barrel. Despite the latest uptick, U.S. crude oil is still down about 13.5% for the month. In currencies, the dollar slipped to 113.35 yen from 113.64 on Thursday. The euro strengthened to 1.1349 from 1.1326. The pound steadied at 1.2788, up from 1.2771.
I was 15 the first time I slapped a boy. I thought it was funny. In college, I hit my boyfriend in anger. In my 20s, I threw a shoe at my fiancé's head. In my 30s, I kicked my husband. I always blamed the men I hit. They made me angry. I always had an excuse. In my 40s, my son came home with a black eye. It was not until my son became the victim of a woman that I realized I had been the abuser. Refuse to inherit dysfunction. Learn new ways of living instead of repeating what you have lived through. Stop the slap. Stop the cycle. Stop the violence.
The Stop the Slap campaign has been proudly sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Stop the slap. Stop the cycle. Stop the violence.
It's more than what we do. It's who we are. We were your official bank of the quincentennial celebrations in 2003. We were your Bank of the Year 4 times. We were voted as the inaugural top employer in 2010. We were the inaugural Business of the Year awardee in 2017. Who are we? We are Cayman National, your local bank, proudly serving you for over 40 years. It's because of you that our journey continues.
Ladies, makeup artists, beauticians, enter to win a deluxe makeup case already filled with a variety of Maybelline cosmetics at Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor. The makeup case expands for easy use and storage and already has everything you need inside to look and feel your best. All you have to do is purchase any 3 Maybelline cosmetic products from Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor and drop your entry form in the box at our cash-out counters. Winner will be drawn on November 30th. This promotion is only valid at our Grand Harbor Pharmacy.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Pleasant good morning. Time now for the latest weather report. Current temperature is 83 degrees. Relative humidity is 84%. Barometric pressure, 29.93 inches and rising. The wind is northeast at 11 knots. Overnight low temperature was 79 degrees. Synopsis indicate light to moderate northeasterly winds and moderate to rough seas expected today as a cold front currently just west of Grand Cayman slowly drifts east and becomes stationary later today. Radar images show scattered showers over the Cayman area moving towards the southwest. Now the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will rise to the upper 80s. Your winds will be north to northeast at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts, mainly over Grand Cayman, and seas will be moderate to rough with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet, with some swells along the west coast today. Small craft should exercise caution over open water. Forecast for tonight, calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will fall to the mid-70s. Winds will be northeast at 10 to 15 knots tonight, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Low tide will be this morning at 11 minutes past 11, high tide this evening at 5:34, and a low tide again tonight at 11:54. The sun will set this evening at 5:45 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:35. And the outlook is calling for the cold front to linger through Saturday evening, supporting moderate winds and seas. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Hi, I'm remodeling our bathroom. I have a few questions.
Sure.
What are some ideas to make my bathroom feel larger? How do I know if I'm picking the right vanity? How do I choose a new toilet or a new countertop? Also, the lighting is terrible. Can I put a window or a skylight? And do I really need an exhaust fan?
You've come to the right place. At Brand Source, we custom design kitchen and baths, and our talented design team can help answer your questions. Whether you're looking for a modern, functional family bathroom or a luxurious personal retreat, we'll help create that beautiful space that makes your home yours. And if you're in a rush for a new look and have a limited budget, our ready-to-install bathroom vanities built with solid wood and countertops of the finest materials are a quick and easy remodeling solution.
For the very best in custom-designed kitchens and baths, visit Brand Source Home Gallery on Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, Cayman's new kitchen and bath center.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look what's happening traffic-wise. And busy traffic coming from the east on Shamrock Road, just past the Tomlinson roundabout. And steady traffic in some sections of Linford Pearson Highway, and also a little busier traffic further down the road. And if you're coming off Bobby Thompson Way, steady but flowing traffic. Traffic also busy on Crew Road, just further towards town. And in and out of Georgetown on Shedden Road, traffic flowing moderately, and light to moderate traffic flow on coming from the West Bay four-way stop. Light traffic on Owen Roberts Drive, and steady traffic on the Esteli Tibbetts Highway. And traffic heading to Georgetown on the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz is moderate, and light to moderate traffic flow coming from Georgetown heading to the West Bay area. On Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, things aren't looking too bad as traffic is moderate. And moderate flow of traffic on Thomas Russell Avenue and also on Elgin Avenue. And if you see any issues or accidents on Cayman's roads, give us a call here at Radio Cayman at 949-6-990. And remember, when you see a school bus with lights flashing red and a stop sign, stop means stop.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after,
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after,
visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
Brit K, where people come first.
Business owners and marketing managers, did you know that during the holidays, 1 in every 3 persons in Cayman search FindYellow.com? Get more visibility for your business with Yellow's special Christmas advertising package. Contact our advertising consultants at 949-7027 or visit FindYellow.com to find out more. Yellow, we know Cayman.
CUC advises customers in the Birch Tree Hill, Mount Pleasant, Barkers, Batabanu, and the Shores areas in West Bay that they will experience a 1-hour interruption to their electrical service on Tuesday, November 20th between 7:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Areas affected include all customers on Birch Tree Hill Road, Mount Pleasant Road, Captain Reginald Parsons Drive, Conch Point Road, Batabanu Road, and all side roads. Some customers on Fountain Road and Hell Road will be affected for no more than 20 minutes. Motorists are asked to drive with caution when utilizing these roads, as CUC will have a number of vehicles and personnel in these areas. CUC apologizes for this interruption, which is necessary to facilitate overhead infrastructure upgrades in these areas. For more information on the outage and streets affected, please contact CUC's customer service team at 949-5200 or email service@cuc.ky.
In local sports, it's a tough series as expected for the Cayman Islands in the CONCACAF Nations League qualifying round with a 4-0 loss to Jamaica and a 4-0 loss to the Dominican Republic. But this weekend, Cayman's national men's football squad is looking to make a difference on home soil as they play Game 3 against St. Lucia at the Truman Sports Complex. Cayman men's national captain Ramon Seeley believes in his team.
You just have to go out there and put a good fight. We know it hasn't been easy as we haven't had any national team for a while. So this is just a matter of us finding a foundation and building on it. I think we've done that throughout the games that we have played so far. From the Jamaica game into the Dominican Republic game, I felt that we didn't possess the ball as much as we probably would have liked, but we did see a part in the play where we were keeping the possession of the ball. Now that we're moving home, I'm looking for us to score a few goals to put on a show for our fans and give us something to cheer about, because we know they're coming out there to support us, and we have to put in a performance with heart and passion so that they can be proud of what we're doing.
The match is at Truplex at 8 p.m. on Saturday. And in international sports, India will face their biggest challenge so far in the ICC Women's World T20 when they lock horns with a gifted Australian team in the inconsequential game in Guyana on Saturday. Considered title contenders, both India and Australia stormed into the semifinals of the showpiece with a game to spare. Assured of a place in the last four stage, the result of Saturday's match may not have much significance, but India are aware that beating a superior side will help them take the confidence into the knockouts.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have one caller who has been waiting for quite a while, so let's go straight to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, so I was acknowledged.
Good morning. How are you? I haven't heard from you in a while.
Yes, I know. I got a bone to pick with you, but I get that bone later.
I wasn't sure if you were boycotting me or what.
Not really. Good morning.
Good morning, dear.
I'm calling in regards to your first caller this morning. He made some good points about the government, when they go into the House and they got all these bills to pass and so forth. I really can't understand why it happens because they got 4 years. They got 4 years in House, so they're gonna come out and want to do everything like the president say, and we have heard all the time and so much time. I mean, come on, the rest of the time that they're not in the House, where are they? But I see this looks to be something like time has forgotten. The Cayman Islands long time ago, and it's like we're still living in that because they're treating us like we don't have no education, we ain't got no common sense, and I believe on the 26th of September, they and many more realize that the Caymanians have a voice in this island, that they are speaking out, and we just play dumb to catch flies.
Caller, we're having a little difficulty hearing you. Not sure why. Getting like a muffled sound from you. If you're on your speaker, you may want to come off the speaker.
I'm sitting in my car.
Okay.
I'm waiting on someone.
Okay.
Yeah, I really feel like time forgotten still in the Cayman Islands. And we've been treated as they don't have no education, they don't have no common sense. And like Mr. Hay Gordon said many years ago, if you think that education is expensive, try ignorance. And just to say this, that why does everything have to be such a rush when they go to Parliament to debate this and that, knowing that they got 4 years in there? I don't understand it neither. But we, the people of this island, we are so accustomed to sitting back and taking what they give us, and we are finally waking up. And on the 26th of September, we picked up a lot of Caymanians, paper Caymanians and original Caymanians in regards to speaking out about how things have been done in Cayman. Well, see, I saw on the Facebook where there's huge shipments up there. And they said the couple of 5,500 change, right? And they said they want to attract high-end visitors. Well, see, all the visitors come to our island as high-end visitors. I don't concern if they spend or don't spend here. They are here on our island. They should all be treated equally and fairly.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
And I just wanted to say that I was up on the eastern side last Friday doing a tour myself. I heard a caller came, talking about a tour on the other side of the island. There's boat race pick up every year. I cannot understand how can these districts or these people on this island accumulate so much stuff within a year's time to be put out by the roads to be picked up. And I'm going to tell you the honest truth, all regular garbage and this boat race pickup, it shouldn't even be at the peak of the road to be picked up, because then you are out there. You go down on the other side of the island, 98% capacity of people up there, or practically all year round. And they're coming in and they're going to see this garbage, this boat race up there, and locals and the local visitors on the island, or the cruise ship passengers, whatever. What I'm trying to say is, for a small island and putting that up at the side of the road, it makes everywhere look ugly, if it's not even ugly. You understand where I'm coming from? So something needs to be done about it. And the news just said how much time they picked up so far. Can you imagine? I've been living in New Zealand for 22 years, and never 1 year I put anything but waste on the side of my yard to be picked up by a grab truck. I'm not bragging. But whenever I purchase any of my appliances, when I bring in my new, my old is gone at the same time. So I think
you have someone take it away for you.
We take it away the same. The time I bring my new stuff, take away the old stuff. The old stuff. I never, ever accumulate those things around my yard. And we are just making everybody more and more comfortable on this island. We're not having no accountability for the own piece of property that they live on, and they sleep on, and they do whatever on. We just feel like we owe them so much when it comes to all of this foolishness every year. People need to take responsibility of their property and stop waiting for government to come and clean it up for them at the end of the year. I just wanted to know with you this morning.
Thank you very much, caller, for that. And I just want to add to that by simply saying that on Wednesday, I did mention the fact that Monday was a holiday. On Wednesday, I did mention the fact that one of our listeners had written in, and it was suggested that the Department of Environmental Health should erect some sort of temporary signs indicating that this bulk waste pickup is taking place, so that persons who are visiting our islands will know that this is not a normal thing for us in the Cayman Islands, where garbage and bulk waste is put out on the side of the road. And the suggestion to DEH was that they could erect temporary signs, use the electronic signs that are used by the National Roads Authority to alert motorists to construction work that is taking place on the roads. They could use those signage as well to alert people of the fact that bulk waste is being picked up. Again, a big challenge to those persons. I know that those persons who are at the helm of DEH now are there on a temporary basis, but this is an opportunity for you to show your mettle and to come up with innovative ways of doing things rather than just simply adopting the same old procedures that you found when you went there, albeit that you were only there on a temporary basis. And while the government is still trying to solve the whole garbage disposal issue, at the same time, we can look at various properties where temporary bulk can be stored and collected and then taken to the landfill. I know that it was done during Hurricane Ivan. We ended up with a lot of controversy after that with the landowners, some greedy landowners who wanted to extract monies from government for the use of their land. I would say try to hold the government to ransom when they made agreements with private companies or whatever, or they allowed government to use the land, and in many instances the land was restored to a better condition than it was originally found in. But my whole point is that we can locate temporary sites rather for the districts, like one of our callers suggested as well. Just a note for those of you using Harbour Drive, I think the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service had indicated at one point in time that the road was closed off because of rough seas in the area. It has now reopened, so those of you who are still following that initial directive, you can now use Harbour Drive. That may help to relieve any traffic congestion that may be caused as a result of people avoiding Harbour Drive because of the first notification. One of our listeners has sent us a message and says, "Good morning. What is being done about the gas prices? In the U.S., gas prices are dropping every day, but here there is no change and everyone seems to be okay with it. We may as well have no MLAs because none of them are looking out for the little people. Put every one of them in a wet paper bag and all will fall out together. Useless." With that, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we invite your comments on that as well, and I will also share information with you in relation to the Bermuda Parliament and how they operate there in terms of meetings. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
A trip to New York City is the experience of a lifetime. Starting this December, Cayman Airways will be offering daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman to New York City. That's right, Cayman Airways is going daily to New York City starting this December. Stroll through Central Park or take in the bright lights of Times Square, enjoy a Broadway show or visit museums, the Empire State Building, and so much more. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, you'll fall in love with New York City. And daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman aboard Cayman Airways starting this December. For details and to book, call Cayman Airways reservations at 949-2311. Contact a travel agent or visit CaymanAirways.com. You remember the sale at Vant Motors?
Yeah, the Your Sale, Your Choice. The one where you can get cash back or can put the savings to extend the warranty or upgrade features?
Yes, it's still going on. But now you can get $8,000 off a new Ford Ranger truck. $8,000, you know?
You for real?
Come see for yourself. While they still have so much to choose from, save big during Your Sale, Your Choice at Vant Motors. With almost every vehicle on sale, you decide whether to get your dream ride at its lowest price. Take cash back, add years to the warranty or service plan. Choose an add-on or mix your options. Your sale, your choice, because you know what you need, and Vant Motors will help you drive it home. Vant Motors on Walkers Road.
Since March 2004, West Bay Pharmacy has kept their doors open to the local communities, even before, during, and after Hurricane Ivan. At West Bay Pharmacy, our staff provides so much more than pharmaceutical excellence. From the moment you walk through our doors to completing your cash out, our staff will have put your healthcare concerns at ease. We would like to take this moment to thank our loyal friends and customers. To us at West Bay Pharmacy, our patients are our primary concern. We provide thorough background checks and precise calculations to ensure your medical safety. Thank you for being a part of our family and for choosing West Bay Pharmacy, where we care about your health.
Cruise tourism is a vital part of Cayman's economy. It is the government's responsibility to create an environment where our people can have an opportunity to grow and prosper today, tomorrow, and into the future. It is a myth that Cayman does not need cruise tourism. It is a fact that cruise passengers spend $200 million per year buying services from small businesses, tour operators, attractions, restaurants, and retail shops. Those funds stay right here, supporting our economy and communities. Support the pairs. Support our tourism.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record, with your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have one caller online. We have no guests in the studio, so open line all for the duration of the show. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, I'll see this Elvis McKeever here.
Hey, morning, Elvis. How are you?
Good, man. Well, I'm not good. I'm kind of upset, really.
Okay.
See, I listen to you and Mr. Locke and all the veterans there over the radio, preparing and talking about what they went through and for our freedom and all that. You understand what I'm saying? Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Now the memorial service we had in Cayman Black Sunday, I didn't go. I don't like to go to those kind of things, but I respect it and I support it because I got a lot of friends, American friends and things that serve,
Mm-hmm.
And I can't understand why it is that Caymanians, and I mean in high and low places, is so covered. A friend of mine, because I wasn't there, a friend of mine, we were talking yesterday evening, and he looked at me and said, Elvis, boy, if you had came to that memorial service, I knew you were going to say something. I said, what happened? He said it was a primary school teacher. A primary school student from the West End Primary School that went to lay the wreath on behalf of the school.
Mm-hmm.
And the child was in a jean pants and a pair of slippers. No, you is that showing respect?
I would say no.
Really
I would say no. Yeah.
It looks like, the kids' parents can afford any kind of thing, But I can tell you what a Georgetown say, right? It wasn't easy, You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's
yes.
A shame.
Yes.
It's a shame that our representative was there our district commissioner, our police, and all of them made that go through. So in another 10, 15 years, then, what they going to go there with their ass showing? They got to walk up down the street, huh? That's blatant, disrespectful. The people that come here, they have no respect for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we are cowards, you know what we good for? Killing each other, keeping each other down. But even the dead, the people that died, so they could walk up down free in Ireland like this, yeah. You know something, O.C.? I know, I don't know, I question things, Why the good Lord made certain people, even me, live on beautiful islands like this? He's supposed to be in the desert on the rocks or something, man. You have a nice day, O.C.
Right, before we go, Elvis. So those persons who were in charge, no one took the initiative to say something. I know, that some things are challenging in this day and age where there are certain human rights issues. But when it comes to a dress code, and if you're having a function, I think that you have the right to determine the dress code for that particular function. And I think that it is something that needs to be nipped in the bud. Otherwise, you never know what's going to happen at the next Remembrance Day ceremony. He's gone, but those are my comments in relation to that. So again, and I've seen it at funerals as well. I've seen it at funerals where people just come dressed any old way. Yes, you're free to do what you please, but not necessarily where you please as well. Another caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, good morning, O.C.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good, my friend. I love the show because these are things that bother me sometimes, what Elvis called in about and stuff like that. One of the things that I see happening, and it's not a big deal in the eyes of a lot of people, but I think rules are rules. And talking about, I see some people coming off them cruise ships, but they're behind, hanging out. You can't see it's like just a little thing running up behind it. And they walking down through Georgetown with that. We have laws that nobody took them off the book, that you're not supposed to be dressed like that walking to Georgetown. I remember when I was a kid, if anybody was caught walking down Georgetown half naked, they would tell them, you got to go put some clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, we're afraid to lose $1 by doing things like by keeping it. But what we don't realize is that when we have strict rules and regulations and abide by them, people admire that, And see, we have to stop talking about gas. These people that I understood by somebody who is former legislator that told me that there are people in government who are part owners of these gas stations. And when I see the number of times that they have these things about you can win $25,000 and all that kind of foolishness with this gas station, you know that they're making too much money and they're ripping us off.
Yeah. They wouldn't be in business if they weren't making money.
That's what I'm saying. And they got $5, almost $5 against I assume $4.70 something a gallon for gas. And in the States, it's down like $2 US. Nobody can tell me that this is tax or anything that government puts on this thing here. And we must find people. I hope that we can get legislators that will sit down and say to these people, it can't happen no more. This is it. Because for people, I'll give you a good example. 1972, and I keep going back to that because I call it the best era of the 1970s is the best era of the Cayman Islands. We were paying people $8.50 laborers were making it. I know that for a fact because I was working with that and with Jimmy Powell and we're paying $8.50 an hour for laborers. Right? Mm-hmm. You could buy a gallon of milk, you could buy a pack of cigarettes, and you could buy a gallon of gas for that much money, for $8.50 a gallon. Today, I'm going to show you how inflation has destroyed this island. And it hurts me to see poor people shopping. And many times, I tell you, people have come to me and asked if I could help them with a couple of dollars so they could get this or that. What I'm saying is, We got the people up in the glass house and the people, the executives in there. They're making big money, okay? They're making good money. The people that run for office they make good money. But the poor man on the street and Caymanians are not getting the jobs. That's the other thing we see. We bring in people from overseas and they bring them down here, and then you see they can tell them what they have to do, and they don't want to have to go back where they came from. So they're going to abide by the rules, and sometimes they take advantage of them, this kind of thing. What I'm saying is, until we get back to a point somewhere like we used to be years ago, where Caymanians looked for Caymanians, Mr. Warren and them guys there, and Jim Borden and them guys, they said, we can put Caymanians first. Today, it's all about money, and again, I'm going to get off now. The good book says the love of money is the root of all evil. Just look around and see what's happening in England, what's happening in the United States, what's happening all over the world. And you can, when you see things, whatever's happening, you can go back and trace it to love of money. And until we put God first back in our lives on this island here, nothing's going to change. And I feel so sad for Cayman. We'll see, my friend. Let us all pray because we need it. Have a good day, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller, for that as well. And speaking about the price of gasoline, I think it has been literally months. I would venture to say anywhere between 3 and 4 months that the price of gasoline has remained constant here in the Cayman Islands at many service stations. It has not gone down despite the fluctuations in the price of oil, but because those fluctuations are usually heading south as opposed to heading north, you see no change in the prices in the Cayman Islands. When those fluctuations head north, go up, then immediately you see the price of fuel in the Cayman Islands go up. People are not blind. They know exactly what's going on, so they're not fooling anyone. The unfortunate part of it is that we, the consumers, are not prepared to take the necessary action to alert, to bring these entrepreneurs to the point that they realize that the people are prepared to do something. We're not prepared to decide one day, I'm not going to use my vehicle, I'm going to carpool, I'm going to do something. If it were other jurisdictions, some of those jurisdictions right next door to us, those people would be taking the necessary action. We just go along with it. Why? Because to a certain extent, we are an affluent society, just like we are a throwaway society where a lot of things that you see on the roadside can be reused by others. We are a throwaway society. I know foreigners who come to the islands who own, have summer or winter homes here in the Cayman Islands. And sometimes they're driving along the road and they stop and they find stuff, they pick it up and they take it and they put it in their apartments and use them. So we throw it away, and sometimes the foreigners come here and use it themselves. But the price of gasoline, we keep hearing lip service about it. People are not fools. I don't think that we can compare the price of fuel in the Cayman Islands to the price of fuel in the United States because there are other factors involved in that. But certainly we can look and see what is happening when the price of crude goes up and when the price of crude goes down. When the price of crude goes down, prices in the Cayman Islands do not go down. When the price of crude goes up, prices in the Cayman Islands, they go up. You're not fooling anyone, but the only thing is that we are fools because we continue to go along, with your shenanigans that you're playing with us. One caller, three callers. Let's go to the phone lines. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C. How are you today?
I'm fine. Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm blessed. We are blessed. The last caller was speaking about the poor people and food and whatnot. Well, see, we all know that many of our folks receive $6.50 from the government, and they have to make that do for a whole month. Now, our stores is going to be priced as they see it, and we have to buy it. Many of those people cannot afford to buy the very basic things that they need, yet they're receiving $6.50. And the man out there that is working for law firms, accounting firms, big businesses, and whatnot, salaries of $15,000 and $20,000. They go in and they just don't even look at the prices. They just put them in their cart and go about their business. Okay, but that little man still have to pay the same price for the groceries that they dump in their cart and go about their business. And you never hear of any of those people that have come here and earned a good living, best living they've ever earned. Give a school book, school bag, a bottle of water, anything to our children.
Caller, I would sort of like put an asterisk on that, because there are many people who do give, but they choose to remain anonymous simply because they're giving not for the fact to be known that they're giving, but they're giving because they care.
Listen to me. I know that, O.C. I know that. But many of them do not give. Many of them that could afford to give do not give. When you look in a newspaper or a magazine for these big cocktail parties and fundraisers that they're doing, my goodness, it seems like it's every weekend now. Who you see there? You see Caymanians? You see Caymanians? No! You see maybe a paper Caymanian, but they're the people that making a lot of money. And things like that. It's just not right. Mr. Manderson spoke about the civil servants and treating them well and whatnot. Mr. Manderson is right, but after all, they should do a good job. They're paid. There's many out there that don't have a job and wish that they had a job and can't get a job. There's many out there that is well educated and is turned down by government month after month after applying for jobs. I know. My son is one of them. And what are we telling our people, our own people? Go out there, get a good education, get all. You can't take that away from you. But when they come back, no, they don't have a job. But we're importing them from Timbuktu and Nepal and South Africa and whatnot. No. Well, see, human rights in this country is what the Spaniards say, poca poca. Yeah, that's poca poca. It's only for those that they choose. Because I'm wondering, where is the human rights for Patrick Schmidt? Thank you, O.C.
Thank you very much, caller, for that. We have two more callers. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we return, we will take those calls. Please stay tuned.
The Cayman Pharmacy Group would like to thank the Cayman communities for their continuous support for over the past decade. CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy opened its doors in March 2000. West Bay Pharmacy first opened their doors in March 2004. the Cayman Pharmacy Group was established in July 2007. Throughout the years, our CPG family has provided more than just pharmaceuticals to our loyal friends and customers. The Cayman Pharmacy Group has protected the lives of our medical community by securing the best healthcare advice and pharmaceutical services. To us at CPG, you are more than just a number. So, we are taking the time to say thank you for choosing CPG. The Cayman Pharmacy Group, taking care of your health.
Celebrate 50 years of Cayman Airways this Saturday, that's tomorrow, November 17th, at a special exhibit opening and Lukia event taking place at the National Museum from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. The museum celebrates its 28th anniversary. This special launch exhibition takes a look at the humble beginnings of Cayman Airways to present-day accomplishments and a reveal of future fleets. There will be arts and craft work by traditional artisans on sale as well as local food. So come celebrate 50 years of our national airline, Cayman Airways, at this Saturday's Lukia event. An opening exhibition at the National Museum is a true appreciation of Cayman's past, present, and future. It's all happening from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. this Saturday at the National Museum on Harbour Drive between Goring Avenue and Shedden Road. Admission is absolutely free.
Cayman National Culture Foundation presents Errol John's Obie Award-winning play, Moon on a Rainbow Shawl. Don't miss this sensational production featuring some of Cayman's finest talents. Moon on a Rainbow Shawl, a story for everyone. Come, reach for the moon at the Hartwell Theatre November 1st through 25th. Buy your tickets at Funky Tanks, Foster's Airport and Strand locations, and Healthcare Pharmacy Grand Harbour, or online at artscayman.org.
Thousands of Caymanians work in our cruise tourism industry. It is a myth that Cayman does not need cruise tourism. It is a fact that 4,500 Caymanians work in this industry today as taxi and tour operators, boat captains and crew, restaurateurs, retailers, water sports operators, and ambassadors at our attractions. If our cruise tourism industry is half of what it is today, what are we going to do with our people, the thousands of unemployed Caymanians? Support the peers, support our tourism.
A trip to New York City is the experience of a lifetime. Starting this December, Cayman Airways will be offering daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman to New York City. That's right, Cayman Airways is going daily to New York City starting this December. Stroll through Central Park or take in the bright lights of Times Square, enjoy a Broadway show or visit museums, the Empire State Building, and so much more. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, you'll fall in love with New York City. And daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman aboard Cayman Airways starting this December. For details and to book, call Cayman Airways reservations at 949-2311. Contact a travel agent or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. I'm trying to create a balance here in taking the phone calls as well as reading the WhatsApp messages that are coming in. This one says, good morning. OC landscaping must take into consideration the dangers of weed whackers when working on the roadside. The government must not wait until someone loses their eyes before taking the necessary action. Again, I agree with that caller. Not only the weed whackers, but the blowers as well. Those landscapers, the private commercial ones, what they basically do is they take the blowers and they blow the debris out into the middle of the street. That is not solving the problem. So maybe we need to have them regulated much more, whether or not that is the Agriculture Department, National Roads Authority, whomever, but it needs to be regulated as well. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C.
Morning. How are you?
I'm well this morning. How about you?
I'm good. I'm great.
Yeah, I listened to at least 3 or 4 of the last callers, and they're right. You know, we just allow people to gorge their eyes out of our head and go along with it because, for instance, you know, most people can't walk anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They got paid or walk, and for loud money will they walk. mean, our people should have some shame because, not because you got something over somebody else, so you got to gorge them for everything you can get. You know, and gasoline prices, when it dropped, like you said, in other parts, it didn't drop here. But I sure 2 and 2 make 4. When they go up anywhere else, and they don't wait for that, I don't think, ours goes up and up and up.
That's correct.
And there's no coming down. But particularly the Elvis from the Brack is right. And the other callers that called, the lady caller, she was in tears almost. But man, it's got to be a change made, or we're going to have a revolution in this place. Because people can't always believe the lies, because they too know the difference.
Yes, yes.
And it is time for those in authority over these things to stop encouraging them people that will up and up their product, because you got to have it. You know, where is the voices against these things that make sense? And they can't get out of it. They know it is true. We got to have bread. We got to have milk. We got to have everything else that somebody else has. Well, so many of our people can't afford these things. And they're not going to, or poor people, I guess their pride keeps them from going to those that are the uppers in society, arts and thing. They come to us. And that's enough of us. Can stop and say, no, it's going to change. Not until then. So say, you got a multiple tasks to satisfy people with your answers. But those who have the goods, you don't ask them any. So thanks for listening to me. And you have a good day.
Do we have time for one more call before we go to the break? Yes. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Osteen. Good morning to all our listeners. How are you doing today?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. It's okay. I would just like to pass my deepest sympathy and condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Jonathan Ebanks. How sad and regrettable this has happened, and it will tear your heart out. So, these things comes about suddenly and unexpectedly anyway. Deepest sympathy and condolences. And I heard you talking about the gasoline prices, etc. I would like to say that some of the shipments, nearly all of the shipments, are coming out of Houston, Texas, and out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And Houston, Texas is one of the cheapest places in America where the gasoline is purchased, and also Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The last I had was $2.56 and then $2.32 a gallon. And here in Cayman right now, the gasoline price is $5.14. I think in Little Cayman it's about $5.73 in Little Cayman. And here in the Cayman Islands, we have an average of 10 million barrels of diesel passes through these areas every week. That's every 7 days. 10 million barrels on mostly 600-foot-long tanker steam size that comes to Grand Cayman. And the big questions that many people how is it that the price gets this when it gets here? And that's a continuation thing. Anyway, change the subject, and I would like to...
very quickly, caller, because we have about 30 seconds to go. We don't... caller, if you want to hold on, we have to take this break now. We would ask you to hold on or to call back because we simply won't have enough time for you to finish what you're saying. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Satisfaction is guaranteed 24 hours a day, whether it's music or information.
From Grand Cayman to Cayman Brac to Little Cayman, we've got you covered.
You ever hear a thing like that?
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's newsroom. These are the biggest stories right now.
Cayman Islands representatives appeared before a group of international scientists and researchers in Fort Worth, Texas, to update them on the island's ongoing iguana species conservation efforts. The panel was held as part of the Iguana Specialist Group's annual conference. As of Wednesday night, Cayman's green iguana cull total had surpassed 111,000. Leading Brexiters in the cabinet have rallied behind Theresa May amid attempts to unseat her by UK Tory MPs. Michael Gove said he, quote, absolutely had confidence in Mrs. May as he confirmed he would not be following several other ministers out the door. And Liam Fox urged MPs to support PM's draft Brexit agreement, saying a, quote, deal was better than no deal. And for the first time, two leaders of the brutal Khmer Rouge regime in Cambodia have been found guilty of genocide. A 92-year-old and an 87-year-old were deputy of the regime leader Pol Pot and the head of state. They were on trial at the UN-backed tribunal on charges of exterminating Cham Muslims and ethnic Vietnamese. The guilty verdict is the first official ruling that says what the regime did was genocide, as defined under international law. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We asked that caller to stay on the line. I think he's still there. Caller, good morning. Thanks for waiting.
Still here.
Okay, go right ahead, caller.
Yes, sir. The other point that I would like to send out my congratulations to, and I'm very pleased, where the boat Tornado was renamed Mark Luke in honor of the great man Mark Luke for the Marine Police and all the great things that he has done, and would like to say that I had him honored by a total of 14 ships, the most honors of any person from the Cayman Islands, due to the amount of ships that were passing through the Cayman Island waters at the time when he passed away and the funeral services, etc. It was 9 ships in the nighttime that lit up the ocean, most of them off the north side of Cayman Brac. The sea was lit up with searchlights beaming toward the island, and deck lights all turned on, white, green, amber, all color lights. And a total of 13 had honored that great man. In the daytime, it was 4 with the horn signals, with the horn blowing, as that's maintained by me. When you heard on the talk show, they were talking about the ringing of the bell at the churches whenever someone died, and that I continues to carry that out by the way of having the ships to come in to blow their loud horns off the island to honor our seamen. And I have a very interesting thing to talk about, how Jamaica is getting their energy bills decreased by converting their generators from diesel to natural gas. They have one converted in Montego Bay now running solely on natural gas. They had a tanker moored in Old Harbor, anchored in Old Harbor for 2 years. and they bought the natural gas from Trinidad, Point Fortin, and transshipped it into the big tanker over 900 feet long. Then they had a smaller one, would load it and go to Montego Bay. And they also have the Old Harbor power station at 120 megawatts being converted for the use of...
So caller, your point is that the use of natural gas in Jamaica has basically allowed them to reduce their energy costs. That's what you're saying.
Yes, correct. And
okay.
that's the same thing that the Cayman Islands need to think about. Everywhere in the Caribbean, all the islands are barging out and doing all efforts to convert. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, many islands in the Caribbean are going to natural gas. It's the cheap burning fuel. It's like 30 to 40% less to power a generator by natural gas than to power it by diesel.
Point taken, caller. We're going to ask you to leave us there because we have other callers queued up. Next caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yes, good morning, O.C.
Morning. How are you?
Not too bad. O.C., I just have a couple of questions here.
Sure.
O.C., I know in the past we had speakers of the House that were also representatives of different districts, correct?
Yes. Most instances, and currently that's the situation as well.
Exactly. So, O.C., maybe you could help me, or Dr. Mark, you could call in and talk about this issue. O.C., did those people collect what would be the salaries of a sitting representative, and also while they were speaker, they collected another payment for being speaker of the House also? I
believe that was the case. That's the case. Yes.
And that's
it may not be two salaries, but it may be an amalgamation of those two salaries in such a way that there is a salary increase, but not necessarily the total of the MLA salary and the speaker salary. I'm not sure how, but I will inquire.
Well, what I really need to know is what would be the amount.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're combining what the salary would be of an MLA and what the salary of the speaker would be, and that person gets $1 over one of the salaries, over the speaker's salary, to me, I think that's wrong.
But caller, the role of speaker, in addition to you doing performing your duties as a member of the Legislative Assembly, the post of speaker, it requires more than just simply sitting up there conducting the proceedings of the Legislative Assembly when they are meeting as well. There's more to it than that. To be fair.
No, but what I mean is, if you're Speaker of the House, in some way that you cannot be 100% a representative or MLA for your district or the constituency that you represent.
Yep.
Cannot be. So it also creates a conflict of interest, because the Speaker of the House have to be on neutral grounds.
Mm-hmm.
He can't take no side.
Mm-hmm.
So if a representative from his constituency comes to him, being Speaker of the House, and said, "This is what I want done," how can he be fair with the rest of the Cayman Islands? That's the question I want you to answer for me, please.
Okay, we good. It's a good topic for discussion, and I'm sure that Dr. McField will engage in that. There are some plans to have Dr. McField on, and possibly next week as well, and we will talk about that, caller. Thank you very much for that. I need to read a few. Well, this one's almost along those lines. This one says, "Good morning, Mr. Caller. I would like to know if you can enlighten me and maybe others as to what justifies the government MLAs giving themselves a pay rise whenever they like." I don't think that is correct, that they get one whenever they like. But while they neglect the rest of the country's minimum wage problems, what can be done about this? They don't value the money they're getting as it is now. Members of the Legislative Assembly cannot basically assign new salary increases to themselves. There are procedures that have to be followed. And in most instances, I believe that they only get an increase in their salary whenever government gives an increase to other civil servants as well. I stand to be corrected with that, but I believe that basically is the trend. But the main point is that they cannot assign salary increases to themselves arbitrarily. I promised you, our listeners, that I would do some research in terms of Bermuda. I like to always compare Cayman to Bermuda. In the Bermuda Parliament, it says here on their website that when in session, the normal practice is for the House of Assembly to meet on Fridays and the Senate to meet on Wednesdays. I need to preface that by saying that the Bermuda legislature is a bicameral legislature. That means that there are two chambers, the Legislative Assembly as well, the House of Assembly as well as the Senate. So two chambers, right? So when they're in session, it is normal practice for the House of Assembly to meet on Fridays and for the Senate to meet on Wednesdays. It also says during the busy period when the budget is being debated, meetings are more frequent in both houses, and that is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and spanning a period of about 3 weeks to ensure that all key areas of the budget are discussed and that the necessary budget-related legislation is enacted before the 31st of March dateline for the government's financial year, which runs from April 1st to March 31st. So here our financial year now ends on the 31st of December. So it is slightly different. Then it goes on to say that both houses meet together on occasions of symbolic significance, such as the convening of Parliament when they assemble as a group to hear His Excellency read the government-prepared throne speech. But what I wanted to point out here is that they do have set days when they are in session. They do have set days that the House of Assembly meets and that the Senate meets as well, select days. Something that we may want to look at here in the Cayman Islands so that we have set dates that we know our legislature is going to meet. I think it does something in terms of public interest. It distracts from public interest when bills are rushed through the House. There are many people who want to listen to the proceedings, and unfortunately sometimes when you listen to the rebroadcast of them, you're listening to or maybe 1 week or 2 weeks down the line after it has taken place. So it's extremely important that we look into that as well. I have a message from one of our listeners which reads, it says, I agree with you and the caller. Parents, teachers, and all who should know better must ensure that to represent schools at such a service or any other gathering, instructions must be clear regarding dress code. I always hold the Scouts and Girls Brigade as a good example of appropriate dress. Uniforms should be required, and if in the morning or evening dress, always dress properly. And we would want to also include along with the Scouts and the Girls Brigade, the Girls Guides, the Cadet Corps, and I believe there is another group that is with some of particular churches. I forget the name of that group as well, but they're also involved in many functions where we use our uniform services, and of course not to forget the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, the Fire Service, the Prison Service as well, and there have been occasions where we have had even immigration officers on parade, and I believe customs as well on some occasions. Let's take a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
You remember the sale at Vant Motors?
Yeah, the Your Sale, Your Choice, the one where you can get cash back or can put the savings to extend the warranty or upgrade features?
Yes, it's still going on, but now you can get $8,000 off a new Ford Ranger truck. $8,000, you know?
You for real?
Come see for yourself. While they still have so much to choose from, save big during Your Sale, Your Choice at Vant Motors. With almost every vehicle on sale, you decide whether to get your dream ride at its lowest price. Take cash back, add years to the warranty or service plan. Choose an add-on or mix your options. Your sale, your choice, because you know what you need, and Vant Motors will help you drive it home. Vant Motors on Walkers Road.
Not all insurance is created equal, but who has the time to shop around? Take the guesswork out of your insurance coverage with Fidelity Insurance Brokers. Let us match you with the best coverage to suit your needs at a price to suit your wallet. Plus, get superior customer service from dedicated claims professionals to ensure speedy claims processing. Get your insurance through Fidelity Insurance Brokers. Call us today at 949-7822 for a free quote. Fidelity, we're good for you.
New stock has just arrived at Super Stitch. Now don't take my word for it. Drop by and see for yourself. Fresh off the boat, we have loads of fabric, vinyl upholstery fabric, fabric for cushions, outdoor fabrics, and dress fabric. That's not all. Super Stitch has sewing accessories and craft items. Included in the new shipment, you will find sheets, comforters, throw pillows, bath mats, rugs, and curtains for every room in your home. Super Stitch, 39 Pasadora Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best price in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Run off that extra helping of turkey dinner and give back in a big way this Thanksgiving. Register now for the Meals on Wheels Turkey Trot 5K and 10K Fun Walk and Run on Saturday, November 24th at the Holiday Inn Resort in Safe Haven. Registration is only $25, and there are lots of spot prizes to be won. Breakfast, a costume competition, children's race, and so much more. Sponsored in part by Rum Point Club Residences and Greenlight Re. Help Meals on Wheels fight senior hunger in the Cayman Islands. Visit www.mealsonwheels.ky or register at caymanactive.com.
Did you know that the Department of Environmental Health operates a recycling program in the Cayman Islands? Recyclables such as number 1 and 2 plastics, tin and aluminum cans, cardboard, as well as glass and ceramic items are recycled on Grand Cayman by the DEH. Take these items to the recycling depots located at all Foster supermarkets, Kirk Market, and Hurley's Grand Harbor. Remember, keep the Cayman Islands clean. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. For more information about recycling, please visit DEH website at www.deh.gov.ky.
Initiating system. For information that matter. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Morning and welcome back to For the Record. We are on the last leg of the show this morning. We have had open mic all morning because we had no guests in the studio, and certainly enjoying the conversations that we're having with you or listening and viewing audience. We have 3 callers. Let's go to the phone line. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning and happy Friday to you.
Thank you. Happy Friday to you as well.
Yes, I was just calling. I usually take a little drive sometime at night, and I just drive around and just observe. You know, the flag, that's another big issue. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, even probably till in morning hours, the flag is still flying. I thought at 6 o'clock the flag had to be taken down. I'm not sure if they changed the law on the flag or what. And another thing, I've seen security guards taking the flags down, and they have no clue how to fold our flag.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it over and over and over. And as what the lady was saying, you know, when we were going to school, every Friday we had a general knowledge quiz. And, you know, we had a lot of insight on the island, how to do things, the capital and everything else, and how to dress and what to do, and like how to set a table and different little things. I mean, it was general in general. And, you know, I think these things need to be back, because the thing is, it starts with the schools, I think, too, because a lot of kids, you know, don't even have this at home, and they don't know what to expect when they're going to do these things. And I mean, even to lay a wreath, you know, you should have been dressed properly. I mean, a jeans pants is like, for me, when you're going on a picnic or you're going into the bush or something, I mean, it's a different style now. But, you know, we Caymanians had to be dressed to the very best.
That's
on
right.
occasions
That's
like
right.
this. And I mean, I think we still need to, you know, show the whole new Caymanians how we old Caymanians used to dress. And I think it's great respect to keep our tradition going. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller, for that. We always used to talk about our son the best. These days, there's no such thing as a son the best in some instances. Let's take the next caller. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record. No one. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, OC number one from the back.
Hey, morning, number one. How are you?
Try and listen to you, man. You're coming in clear, like Krista.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I called to say this. I want to make the government know that we're not getting the government channel up here. It's been out now for days.
Okay.
So I hope some of them is listening, and we can't even get Cayman 27 no more.
I hope someone is listening. If not, we'll try to alert them to that fact for you.
Right, and keep up your good works, man.
Thank you very much. I'll try.
All of you at Radio Cayman.
And I know you got a special message for Miss Susan as usual, right?
She is the lady of the program, man. You can't hurt her, boy.
All right, number one. Thank you very much.
All right, have a good day.
Okay.
Right.
For one of our callers was asking a question about the Speaker in our Legislative Assembly and the salary. I just want to point out that did some research in the UK. The Speaker of the House of Commons, £142,826 per year, plus he gets paid and £75,766 for being the Speaker on top of his salary for being a member of Parliament for Buckingham. And to point out, he's the man who keeps order in the Commons and calls MPs to speak. He also tells them to keep quiet so that others can be heard as well, which means he maintains order in the Legislative Assembly while at the same time is required to be politically neutral. Two callers. Let's go to the phone lines. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yes, good morning there, Mr. O.C.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yes, that's fine. We were talking earlier on about the gas prices and so forth and all that. And with our situation in Cayman, we're consumption-based taxation only. People have to realize that there's a serious side effect to that the government cannot control. You don't have any form of direct income tax. We have no corporate taxes. We have no direct income taxes. So we do not know really what people are earning and what their profit they're making on certain things. They don't have to make returns to the government. And people don't understand the seriousness of that, because it puts our government at a disadvantage. You really have no control, and you will not see price control here. I've often heard people talking and asking about it. Those of us, many of us, have lived in other countries where they have it, and they have price control over certain things. It's very, very difficult to do so without directing. It's even impossible to really regulate minimum wage, because there are no returns made to the government. But I won't go into that, because people often get up on lambast and don't understand the benefits of direct income tax. The other day you were talking about, and we know the fuel prices are outrageously high, but anyway, we'll have to live with it. The Federation of the West Indies and all was great to hear Mr. McFeel and the others. I know I have to curtail what I'm saying.
And you will hear more from Dr. McFeel sometime next week as well, hopefully.
Yeah, but what we have to understand is the Federation was not something thought up by the West Indian colonies. It was something that the Great Britain had asked them to do, is to unionize or form a real union of the government. They encouraged it. Jamaica was always at a disadvantage. The majority of Jamaicans did not want to be part of it. And Jamaica had more than half, far more than half the rest of all the countries put together in the Federation, but they had much less than half the representation. And also their constitution gave them much more autonomy than the federal constitution, which it was headquartered in Trinidad. And when Mr. Manley took to the people and asked them if they wanted to remain in the Federation in a referendum in November, I think it was 1961, the people overwhelmingly voted no. So that is the reason why he brought the country out of it. And then he immediately said, I will now prepare to take our country into independence. And by February 62, they have written a new constitution, because you can't put the independence with the same constitution. Right. This is so therefore, that was how it ended up. And Mr. Bustamante's party won the general election. You have to have a general election immediately after doing that. Mm-hmm. And therefore, that's how it came about that way. But it started from 1938, if one would care to read about the history of those things. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
I want to say all the things, but I know you don't have the time.
Thank you very much, caller, and we certainly welcome you to call back whenever I'm hosting any other show as well, including Talk to That sometimes. We have our final call for the morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, you don't have a specific topic on your agenda this morning, do you?
No, we don't.
Good. So, quickly. The second day today that the cruise ships, shall I say, were not able to dock into Georgetown. I thought a day like today would have been the perfect day for those that are so much for this dock to come on the show and explain things like this. What's going on now? This is what we call a reality check. When you're talking about involving this country into $300 or more million, cruise ships or no cruise ship, it has to be paid. I am so dumbfounded that it is nothing about, yes, we definitely need a dock, and all of those people talking about we have 4,000 and odd people that depend on it. Well, those 4,000 people, a day like today, they're getting shortchanged as well.
Mm-hmm.
The point that I'm saying is we definitely need a dock, definitely, but...
Or more than one.
Absolutely. Georgetown, they hell-bent to put it in Georgetown, and anyone can see what's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of time, according to what has happened before, and it will happen again, that a lot of days you're not able to use the Georgetown area for the cruise ship to dock in. It doesn't take a lot to upgrade the sports dock. It doesn't mean you're going to put your big terminal there. But widen it, extend it a little bit, and yesterday that was a godsend. Believe me, no attention has been given to it, but that is the place that you could at least have an alternative temporary for a dock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But what I see happening here, I have to tell you, come to the Trump and say, things that I see destroying this island, ignorance, arrogance, and greed. People are too big to be told, my friend. So it is a sad situation facing us until we realize what's happening and come down off our high pedestals and listen to some of the local people. I don't see no way out. So I want to thank you so much for listening to me, and have yourself a pleasant day, sir.
Thank you very much, caller, for that. I want to add a little bit more to a caller who had a question about our speaker here in our Legislative Assembly, and we go again to the website of the mother of all parliaments, the UK, and speaks about the political impartiality of the speaker. Says the speakers must be politically impartial. Therefore, on election, the speaker must resign from their political party and remain separate from political issues, even in retirement. However, the speaker will deal with their constituents' problems like normal MPs. Our caller seemed to suggest that he didn't think that it's possible for the speaker to also deal with their constituency issues as well. That is possible, but they make provisions for that. We have not made the necessary legislative provisions in the Cayman Islands for the speakership. Remember, sometimes we have a tendency in the Cayman Islands to do things half-heartedly. I use the word half-heartedly. Some people would use the word half, like a donkey, the part of it, half donkey. But the other word rather than donkey, I can't say that because Miss Susan will not let me say it. But we have a way of doing things half-heartedly in the Cayman Islands. First, we had to struggle to get a speaker who was either a member of the Legislative Assembly or outside of the Legislative Assembly, because we had this incestuous situation going on where the administrator or the governor was also the presiding officer in our Legislative Assembly. We finally got over that. And believe you me, it wasn't because of resistance from the UK that didn't happen. That was resistance from our own people, our own members of the Legislative Assembly who couldn't agree amongst themselves that we should have a speaker from a local speaker simply because of the backstabbing. So we eventually got beyond that, and we had the provisions then that allowed for a speaker to be chosen from either inside the Legislative Assembly or outside of the Legislative Assembly. What we have not done now is we have not put in place the protocols and procedures that would effectively allow the speaker, when chosen from inside of our Legislative Assembly, to function not only as a speaker but also as a member of the Legislative Assembly in respect of taking care of the business of his constituency, his or her constituency as well. We need to get beyond that. And maybe those days when the legislature is not meeting and that they have so much time on their hands, maybe they should start looking at putting these procedures in place. I'm being very critical of politicians today, just like everybody else, because more can be done, more should be done, and more must be done as well. And also, in the mother of all parliaments, speakers still stand in general elections. They are generally unopposed by the major political parties who will not field a candidate in the speaker's constituency. This includes the original party they were members of. And during a general election, speakers do not campaign on any political issues, but simply stand as the speaker seeking re-election. So we always want to copy and learn from our mother country. Parliamentarians, members of our Legislative Assembly, take a page out of the UK's Parliament and let's get this whole speakership situation right. Let's get it correct, and let's stop leaving those doubts and apprehensions in the minds of our constituencies in terms of the role of the speaker. Folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and by extension, for the record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, whether it be an office cubicle or if you're working in the outdoors. I want to remind you that we are our brothers and our sisters keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, and I ask you to extend a helping hand to them. If you can't do that, then I suggest you donate to a worthy charity, because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want or even those who crave. I say to you, have a great day. Continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join Talk today at 12:50, and I believe Miss Catherine Tyson will be, again, guest hosting for Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record is brought to you by Fidelity Bank. For all your banking and pension needs, call or visit a Fidelity branch today. Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealership serving the Cayman Islands. And Cayman Pharmacy Group, with locations in West Base and professional pharmacy at CTMH Doctors Hospital. The Cayman Pharmacy Group has a location for you just around the corner. And Seaboard Marine. With over 35 shipping ports, find your shipping solution by calling Seaboard Marine at 949-4977.